Shalom, I'd like to say our praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the brothers out there doing the works in truth and sincerity. My name's Kanawak from GMS Toronto. Just riding across, just here in my downtime doing some research. I just ran across this age of consent in the Columbia Encyclopedia. This was written from, I believe, one moment. Yeah, it says to choose a guardian, to conclude a contract, and the like. For marriage, the age of consent. For marriage, the age is generally higher for males than for females. Age of consent also means the age below which consent of the female to sexual intercourse cannot be offered as a defense to charge of rape. At common law, the age... My camera is going blurry. Don't know what's up with that. It says at common law, this age was 10. Just want to fix my camera one moment. Don't know what's up with this shit. It says at common law this age was 10. State statutes in the United States generally set it between 13 and 18, So this right here is a cut to you guys who's calling us rapists and stuff, because that guy Polite a couple years back came up to the apostles, him and Sa Nigga or Sa Nether. They came up and they were going into the scriptures, the apostles, and Apostle Tahar basically said according to the law, a man could have a woman at the age of 12, 13 years old, so to speak, and then they ran with that, and they're calling us pedophiles and rapists, which we don't condone that. This is 2017, if you're a man who's 18, 19, or you're a grown-ass man, talk to a woman who's 18, 19, who's in her 20s, who's mature and stuff, like we're not condoning talking to young females, because we live in this Western society, which we have to follow these laws. But certain states and provinces, the age of consent's 14, 15, 16 and stuff. But if you're out here, man, just talk to a woman who's mature, who's on a level. We're not condoning taking women while they're young. All right. Even though back in our times, we would take women to marry at the age of 12, 13, because they were mature, and they were raised to do their womanly duties. But now these women, they don't know how to do shit, man. They don't even know how to even fucking make a craft dinner, man, or even bathe themselves, or take a bath, man. They don't even know how to do that, some of them, man. So just get this. I want to make it a quick lesson. This is our 1 Corinthians 7 and one moment. Let's start at 1 Corinthians 7 and 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belongeth to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. Yeah, because when you're single, and you're in this truth, you're more concerned about doing the works, doing the right thing, in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. But when you have women, sometimes you could be distracted because your woman, you know, because we're in this flesh, and especially women, man, like they're carnal, man. So like, what do you call it? So it's like they always want to go out, whether to a movie or go out on a date somewhere. They're always gonna wanna be calling off your phone, spending time, you know, spending that quality time, if you know what I mean, doing your thing. So it's like, they're always gonna be like a nuisance in your life, especially if you're, if your vibration's heavy on that woman, man. She's gonna be always, texting you, calling you, you know. It's worse if you live with them. I suggest if you have a woman and she doesn't live with you, keep it that way, man. It's better if you live on your own and you have your own space where you could do your thing, man. Because if you live with a woman, if you live with a woman, man, sometimes that could just create a whole lot of confusion and unnecessary problems, man. So I suggest if you're single, or you have a woman, and and you're dealing with her, try to live by yourself, by all means, man. But I will have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. There's a difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and in spirit. But she that is married care for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, that you may attend upon the Lord without distraction. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, which is virgin, a young woman who hasn't had sex, if she passed the flower of her age, which means her menstrual cycle, which a woman usually get, from starting 11, sometime earlier, but from 11 to like 13. That's when most women, they hit that womanhood, where they pass that their menstrual cycle, they're able to bear children. Because back in the ancient world, our women were bearing children from a young age, and given up for marriage by their fathers at a young age. From once they hit like 12, 13, they were they were married off to a man of high stature. It says, nevertheless, he that, if she pass the flower of her age and need so require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not. Let them marry. So let them have sex, because marriage, another way of, or to constitute marriage is to have sex, man. Okay? You just get that. Isaiah. Let me get that. Let me get this. Let me get Isaiah or Genesis stuck here. So 21. One moment. It's just an impromptu video. I'm just trying to find this. One moment. Yeah, I'm gonna read this right here. Start at Genesis 24 and you could read this starting from the top, but I'm just gonna try to get to the point and trying to just find the point. Start at verse 15. You could read from the top to understand more, which I'm sure the brothers in the know, they know, but for the younger brothers, read from the top to understand more. Abraham sent out his servant to find his son Isaac, a wife, which she was of his kindred. It's just get it. And it came to pass, Genesis 24 and 15, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin. She was a young woman. Damsel, that's what it means. And she never had sex. Neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well, filled up her pitcher, and came up. And the servant ran to meet her, and said, Let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of that pitcher. And she said, Drink, my lord. And she hasted, and let down her pitcher upon her hand, and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels also, until they have done drinking, man. So her servant, her father had her doing, doing womanly duties, man, drawing water and stuff, attending to the cattle and stuff, man. But these young women don't know anything about that nowadays, man. About doing womanly duties around the house and all that, man. She hasted and emptied her pitcher into the trough, and ran again unto the well to draw water, and drew for all his camels. The man wondering at her held his peace, to wit whether the Lord had made the journey prosperous or not. Came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of a half a shekel of weight, and 2 bracelets for her hand of 10 shekels of weight of gold, and said, Whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is there a room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? She said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, who she bare unto Nahor. She said moreover unto him, We have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge thee in. The man bowed his head and worshipped the Lord, because he said, Blessed be the Lord, power of my master Abraham, who hath not left destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way, the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren. The damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things. Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban, and Laban ran out unto the man unto the well. It came to pass, when he saw the earring and bracelets upon his sister's hand, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, Thus spake the man unto me, that he came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camel at the well, and he said, Come in, thou blessed of the Lord, wherefore standest thou without? For I have prepared the house a room for the camels. The man came into the house, and he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet and the men's feet that were with him. And there was set meat before him to eat, but she said, I will not eat until I have told mine errand. And he said, Speak on. And he said, I am Abraham's servant. The Lord hath blessed my master greatly, and he is become great, and he hath given him flocks, and herds, and silver, and gold, and men servants, and maid servants, and camels, and asses. So our forefather Abraham was a wealthy man, very wealthy of his day, man. And Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son to my master when she was old, and unto him hath he given all that he hath. And my master made me swear, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife to my son of the daughter of the Canaanites, in whose land I dwell, but thou shalt go unto my father's house and to my kindred, to take a wife unto my son. And I said unto my master, Peradventure the woman will not follow me. And he said, The Lord before whom I will walk will send his angel with thee, and prosper thy way. Thou shalt take a wife from my son of my kindred and my father's house. Then thou shalt be clear from this oath when thou comest to my kindred. And if they give not thee one, thou shalt be clear from my oath. It came to this, and I came this day unto the well, and said, O Lord, power of my father Abraham, if now thou do prosper my way which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water. And it came to pass, when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say, Give her, I pray, a little water to that pitcher. Let me just get to the point. Here's the point. Genesis 24:63. This is the main point. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide, and he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and she saw Isaac. She lighted off the camel, for she had said unto the servant, What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, Is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things he'd done. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. So, meaning that they had sex in that tent, man. And he took her right away, man. He brought her into that tent right away, man, to confirm the marriage, man. He didn't waste no time. And she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. How was he comforted? By a woman. Which when you have a woman, women are supposed to be a comfort unto a man. And that was the main point. There's many points throughout the scriptures where it proves that sex constitutes marriage and stuff. I made a lesson a while back, years ago, like we would make a lot of lessons on different YouTube channels and so on, but a lot of those stuff got deleted, so I have to make another lesson just to prove that, man, sex constitutes marriage in the Bible. When you first meet a woman, but primarily a virgin, man, because we didn't, it was kind of a scorn if you didn't take a woman, if you had a wife and you didn't take her virginity, man. But that was the main point. And with that, I'd like to say Shalom and Kwam Yasharallah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the brothers out there doing the works in truth and in sincerity. My name is Kanawak from GMS Toronto. giving all praise to Yah Bashim Ashai. Stay strong and keep making lessons and be strong in this thing, man. Kwame Ashala.